Hello and welcome back to Evil Genius 2. My name is Spanj and this is going to be a quick video of my top 10 tips for starting out. We're going to start with number 1. Guards first. If you're starting out, you'll probably want to run the tutorial, in which case it will take you through recruiting the various different types of minions. However, if like me you skip the tutorial and you want to dive straight in, then I would suggest you prioritize training up some guards straight away. Ignore all the other minion types and just head straight for guards, because your standard worker classes, they will get killed by even the most basic of agents that infiltrate your base. So make sure you get your training room set up with some guard training posts straight away. Get the guard and get a high number of guards in your lair. I have opted for a total of 20 guards in the early sort of stage. Bearing in mind, you can increase this as you increase your lair size and the amount of money you can make, but I definitely recommend getting guards straight away to deal with pesky agents, because your workers, well, they'll just die because they're useless. Number 2 is actually the same similar genre. It's actually the techs here. You can see these guys with the green the green vests running around everywhere. These are your technicians. These guys go around and repair all of your equipment and make sure it keeps running nice and orderly like. However, your equipment won't take any durability damage until you unlock and get this minion type. So, get this one last is the general idea. Go for your guards first, anything else in between, valets, scientists, whatever, and get the techs last. Your equipment won't actually start taking durability damage until they are on site, so you can take your time with techs. Number 3 on my list is the positioning of all of your rooms. You want to plan your layer quite carefully. Now, you can change the room layout as you see fit, as you progress, as you get more and more resources. What I recommend is you position rooms that recharge your minion stats next to where they're going to be working. So working rooms are things like the casino here. Your valets will tire very quickly, and when they want to recharge, they'll have to walk all the way back to the nearest room where they can recharge. However, if you position your rechargey type rooms like the canteen here, the staff room, or the barracks where they can sleep, then they can recharge a lot quicker and get back to work all that sooner. Otherwise, they'll have to walk casually all the way back through your entire lair to find the nearest bed, sleep, and then walk all the way back again. So position the rooms that recharge your minion stats next to the rooms that wear them down. For instance, the casino, the control room are working rooms. Next up, if you're running low on cash, you might want to check your optional objectives. This can be a nice little last-minute cash boost if you're running low. I generally save these collect rewards until I need that little burst of cash, and they come in quite handy, especially if you run out of power at the time you run out of cash as well. It could lead to your layer being out of power for quite some time. So save them up, and then just collect the rewards when you need that little extra cash boost. Number 5 is when you start out in the game, your casino will look a little bit like this, full of junk. Now, another quick cash boost is to actually sell this stuff. You can go into build mode in this room and then click on each item here and sell. You'll only get about $1,000 for each piece, but in the early game, this is a much needed little cash boost. So again, you can save it until you actually really need it, and then you can sell all of this stuff that's boxed up or covered up for an extra little cash boost. Number 6 is another little early game cash boost. Or, well, actually a cash boost in general is actually your casino, of all things. Who would have thought, right? A casino can make money. You can see the little green cash icons floating away off my tables. Now, by default, these tables, the baccarat, the roulette, and the other tables you unlock later in the game will just distract agents. However, you can click on them and then set them to scam tourists as well. If it's in green, it's set to scam tourists. Otherwise, it will just distract agents. Number 7 sets place here on the world stage. When you start discovering countries and scouting up and setting criminal empires in various territories, you'll notice little schemes available for you to undertake. Now, there are generally 2 types of scheme when you first start out. There is a 3-minute scheme that will give you 10,000 gold and increase the heat of the region by 15. However, most regions have a second scheme you can do, which will recover more gold, but will take a significant amount longer, plus also get more heat in the region. It would seem that going for the 3-minute 10,000 bonus would be the way to go. However, what I have found is that some of these longer schemes can give up to 50,000 cash, maybe even more in some regions, and it will top out the region's heat in one go. These longer, higher cash reward schemes, generally in my experience, give you a long kind of trickle of decent amounts of money. So unless you want to spend a lot of time going into the world map and managing your various schemes, I suggest you go for the longer schemes and just leave them running, and in the background your cash flow will just go through the roof. Now when these schemes are complete, these places will go on lockdown, a bit like this one over here, and that'll take them a few minutes to cool back down again. But as soon as they are cool, you can go back in and start another long-term scheme, close the map, and forget all about it. Meanwhile, your cash will continue to climb. Number 8 is actually to go and capture these agents. The general sort of temptation is to just execute them on the spot. They are, after all, complete pains in the backside. They will ruin your evil plans. As you can see, these 2 agents here have managed to kill a number of my minions just for being here. There was no other reason or cause for their violent outburst. However, they have enacted the wrath of my henchmen. Now, we're going to capture this agent here, because if you are able to capture these agents rather than kill them, then you can interrogate them. Now, interrogating these prisoners will actually give you intel, and intel is useful for acts of for schemes on the world map and such. So, definitely worth capturing them and interrogating them. However, if you later on, like me, get the Brainwasher 2000, you can also then turn them into your own minions for free, which is very handy indeed. So, where possible, capture these agents, interrogate them, or convert them. Number 9, when it comes to research, it's kind of up to you what you go with. I mean, there are some really, really great things in there, depending on your playstyle and what kind of villain you want to be and what kind of layer you want to have. Ultimately, each bit of research improves either your layer, the global operations, your minions, abilities and stats, and of course the traps, and eventually the Doomsday Device itself when you get to that point in the game. However, what I recommend is to have multiple research stations. You could only have one of each of these in the first game, but in Evil Genius 2, you could have multiple whiteboards, multiple impact analysis, and multiple data banks, which will speed up research, providing you have the scientists to use them. Of course, do be aware that they use a lot of power each, so make sure that you can actually power these things up when you fill your lab with them. But yes, more than one scientist can work on the research at the same time, providing they've got the equipment to work on. For example, here I've got 3 whiteboards, but I've only got 1 data bank, which means that the research that's using the data bank at the moment is taking 3 times longer than a piece of research that would go on the whiteboard. Number 10, and my final tip for this video, is to use security cameras. It seems obvious on the face of it, but they're easy to forget, these little security camera things. But unlike the first game, which required the security cameras, a person monitoring the cameras, and then a loudspeaker system to then pick up all the minions and tell them that there's some intruders to deal with, these things just need to be monitored by someone on a security desk. And here they come, running to the rescue. The guards will be there in a minute to deal with these pesky agents. I so love the fact that they kill my minions and then take photos of the body bags of the minions that they just killed. Like that's my fault. You just started attacking my minions. There's nothing to do with me. You'll feel the wrath of the guards now. So yeah, security cameras are an absolute must. They help inform your guards where and when they're needed. I strongly recommend them. Anyway, ladies and gents, that is going to be all the tips for today. I hope these are useful and you find them helpful on your journey through Evil Genius 2. Don't forget to leave a like if you like this video, and if you've got any tips yourself, do share the knowledge down in the comments below. I'm sure there's plenty more tips and tricks and stuff like that that you guys have up your sleeves, and I want to know about them. And otherwise, if you're new here, do consider hitting that subscribe button. It is lovely this time of year. I will be back with some more Evil Genius 2 on my channel very, very soon, and I hope to see you all there, and I hope you enjoy. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.